Look at some of the biblical references. Mark 7:6.
He said to them,
Isaiah prophesied rightly about you hypocrites. As it is written, this people honors me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching human precepts as doctrines.
Yes. Lip service. The time that you spend worshipping, particularly in church, are we really involved or is it an act?
It's an act.
You will know. Then why do we do that? Why are we continuing that? So what damage it does to your life? Your relationship with God is a fake. You cannot grow in it. Matthew 5:37.
Let your word be yes, yes, or no, no. Anything more than this comes from the evil one.
Very simple. Yes is yes. No is no. Yes, yes means no. No, no means yes. Finally, the other person doesn't know, you also have difficulty. What I am telling is true or not. One of the aspects that need to be added to faith is moral courage. Add to the faith moral courage, which moral courage is needed for yes to be yes, no to be no. Matthew 23:14.
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows' houses and for a pretense make long prayers. Therefore you will receive greater condemnation.
Long prayers and another motive. The Lord mentions the other motive in Matthew 6 and verse 5.
And whenever you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in the synagogues and at the street corners, so that they may be seen by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward.
Yes, that's what they want, they get it. So here is a hidden agenda of long prayer is to impress people. Public prayer, in public, is your prayer becoming artificial. And you don't detect it also. The compulsion to please people, impress people. Matthew 23:3.
Therefore, do whatever they teach you and follow it, but do not do as they do, for they do not practice what they teach.
Preaching and lifestyle are different. The younger generation, when they themselves struggle to live a right life, when they see the elders living a double life, they become angry toward that. Particularly children at home. Staying with the family, they were telling, the struggle of children is now, you all preach so much, but you live a double life. Everything we see is wrong. 23:24.
You blind guides, you strain out a gnat but swallow a camel.
How does it in practical life? Matthew 27:28-31.
And they stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him. When they had twisted a crown of thorns, they put it on his head and a reed in his right hand. And they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews! Then they spat on him and took the reed and struck him on the head. And when they had mocked him, they took the robe off him, put his own clothes on him, and led him away to be crucified.
Sunday worship, Monday crucifixion. They worshipped him as king, but took him to be crucified. What happens after worship? 1 Corinthians 13:3.
If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing.
Charitable deeds without love. Charitable hospitals where there is no love. Charitable deeds. 1 Timothy 6:5.
Useless wranglings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth, who suppose that godliness is a means of gain.
Godliness as a means of gain. Hidden agenda is gain, but outside is godliness. Actually, Bible later says, depart from those people. Christian worker, but unknown to Christ. Matthew 7:23.
But I will reply, I never knew you, go away. The things you did were unauthorized.
Christian without foundation on Christ. Matthew 7:26.
But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand.
So there are many Christians who listen to him but never obey. Continue to hear him. 2 Timothy 3:5.
Having a form of godliness, but denying its power, and from such people turn away.
Form of Christianity without the power thereof. 3:12.
Yes, and all who desire to live godly in Jesus Christ will suffer persecution.
So here, Christian without suffering. Something has manipulated, compromised. One man of God was met by another Hindu sannyasi in a railway station. This man of God was about 70. So the other man asked, what is the secret of your successful Christian life? This man laughed and said, success? I know how to compromise, so I am successful at the age of 70. My Lord was not able to compromise, he was removed at the age of 33. So success is possible only because we are compromising. If you are uncompromising, we will be removed. So Christian without suffering. 2 Timothy 3:7.
Always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Full of knowledge but not mature in truth. Full of knowledge but not mature in truth. 2 Timothy 4:3.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but according to their own desires, because they have itching ears, they will heap up for themselves teachers.
So, Christian teaching is going on, but there is hidden selfish motive. Hidden selfish motive. Now, there may be so much good teaching about tithing. The pastor is going on teaching tithing. What's the motive? He must get more money. But his interest is not in them, they must grow in giving. There was one pastor in Oswald Smith in the church in Toronto. When he joined, there was no support to missions from that church, small church. He said, if you are not supporting missionaries, I won't be here. They said, we are a small church, how can we support? So he was teaching them about the missions. And then one day he asked, if you have any need, even if you don't have, do you pray? Yes. Does God provide? Yes. Have you ever prayed for giving like that? No. So he said, then you decide how much you want to give prayerfully, write it in a card and pray for it. Within a short time, they were supporting 100 missionaries. 100 missionaries. I know of a church, one of the members is a friend of mine in States. That church, very small number, most of them are elderly people. If a need is brought to the church, the first thing they do is write the check and send it. Then they pray. Then they Put the mail bag down and see, it'll be there. From the Manali hospital, they asked, what is your need? They said, a CT scan. It's only 1.5 crores or something. They wrote the check and gave. Then they prayed. Money came. Only few members. Yes, good Christian teaching about giving, but is it for higher purpose or selfish motive? Philippians 3:18 and 19 we read in the morning. Christians, but mind is set on earthly things. Christians, but the mind is set on earthly things. Matthew 23:25.
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you cleanse the outside of the cup and dish, but inside they are full of extortion and self-indulgence.
Clean plate, but what is kept inside the plate is through extortion and oppression. Devouring widows' houses. Clean plate. He said, clean inside, then the outside will become clean. Sunday worship, Monday worship. Knowledge without transformation. Christian sitting on the throne. Another impossible combination, no Lord. You call him Lord, but boldly say no also. Both will never combine. There is only one word attached to Lord, yes. But no Lord. Wolves in sheepskin. So will you take some time using these biblical references to see whether my inside and outside are in alignment? New wine is in new wineskin, or is it old wineskin? No Lord. Christian on the throne. Thing is, if you have become so accustomed to this way of life, we don't feel any pain. Maybe by using this analysis, when you look at it, you may say there is a problem, but you may not be feeling bad about it. Because old is gold. Very good. So take time to examine your life. Spend time to look at this. Old wine skin, new wine. So what do you look for? When you look at your life, is there this division? Where is this dichotomy? Reasons for this, consequences of this in your personal life. All those areas you can look at it. It's because you need to enter into your life and see it. Nobody can guide you in that area.